Hi, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and this is episode 519. We'll wait to start until people pop over from the live chat room and getting notifications. It usually takes a couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds rather, a few seconds maybe. If you're joining me live, please say hello. And if you end up watching the recorded version of the podcast, which I know many people do, most people do actually, please also feel welcome to say hello and ask me any questions you might have. Uh-oh, Bjorn, no kitty quakes this morning. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Naomi. Good morning. Thanks for joining live. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy hump day. Hi, Lisa and Pamela. Hi, Melissa and Sandshell. Hi, Angela. First time here. Welcome, Angela. So happy to have you. Hi, Judy and Lisa and Kathy, Joe, Margaret. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Welcome to my backyard. This is my beautiful tropical backyard, little slice of paradise in the middle of Southwest Florida. Hi, Simone. Actually, not the middle. We're actually on the edge, close to the water. Anyway, uh-oh, we have construction again. Man, though, that construction's been going on forever. Yes, I'm wearing the new necklace. This is the Whitney necklace, and it coordinates with the Evelyn earrings, both new patterns in the brand new book, 52 Crochet Gifts. Oh, man, these guys have been going on for weeks. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Not much we can do about it now. Hi, Edna. So if you've already pre-ordered 52 Crochet Gifts, you received an email from me last night with two new patterns. We have the Whitney necklace and the Elise doily, which is a beautiful beaded doily to put in the center of a table. You could put this under a Lazy Susan. You could put this on a round table. You could put this on a square table. Or if you have a rectangular table or an oval table, if you were looking to make something a focal point in the center, you could still use a round doily like this. Man, they're not going to stop, are they? It's so pretty. Thank you, Barbara. And the edging is really what does it. So it's this beautiful scalloped edging, and then there are beads in the final round. So the final round of the scallop is beaded as well. The necklace is beaded as well. The outer edge of the motifs is beaded as well. So for the necklaces, we have 5 circles, which is similar to the medallions in the Evelyn earrings. Only on the last 2 rows, not rounds, of the necklace, we join them on 1/2 to create the serpentine edge. So the edge goes around in different direction from one motif to the other. So you start that with round 4, I believe. I could be wrong. Well, the second to last row. And then on the last row, we actually add beads to the motifs as well. And we have really delicate foundation ovals for the chain of the necklace and a lobster claw at the end, and boom, you're done. It's so beautiful. I did it in all the same colors that I did the Evelyn earrings in, but again, you could do this in 1 color. You could do it in 2 colors. It'd be really cool to see the motifs done in 1 color and that serpentine edge done in a contrast color. That would be really cool to really show that serpentine edge, or do everything in high contrast colors from one round to the next. I ended up doing them in complementary colors, meaning close to each other on the color wheel. We need to bring the color wheel out again. We haven't talked about colors on the color wheel in a while. I will probably do that in one of the next couple of Edna, I think you're asking questions about your shopping cart. It would be much easier to help you if you could email me about any technical support on the website. I really wouldn't be able to help you much with that while we're doing the live stream, but I would be really happy to help you if you email me or Judy. Jill, I missed your comment. It was long while I was talking. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if I don't get to your question, please feel welcome to ask it in the recorded version where the comment sticks and I have the ability to reply to you. Good morning, Cherie. Okay, both these pieces this week are made in Be So Fine yarn. The necklace is made in Be So Fine yarn in colorways Passionate Plum, Lavender's First Romance, Jaded Peacock, and Lilac Memories. And the beaded doily is made in colorway Tuscan Terrace. Both are beaded, both I will be sending out an email later today explaining both patterns and explaining where you can find them, but anybody that has already pre-ordered 52 crochet gifts will have received their updated week 3 version of the ebook last night. I was doing that till about 10:30 or 11 o'clock last night. So if you were asleep already, you could check your email this morning because it is definitely there. I sent it out to everybody who's pre-ordered so far. And that's how we'll continue to do it. Every week, I'll release new patterns and you'll get a new surprise email every week until the book is done. Lisa hasn't checked hers yet. Well, it's there, so when you get a chance, please go check and you can see the patterns for the necklace and the doily, in addition to everything that's already been released in 52 crochet gifts. Good morning, Grace. Hi, happy Wednesday. Do you have any questions about either of those patterns so far? Lisa wants to make both. Wonderful. Hi, Dee. Thanks for joining live. I did back-to-back lives last night. I don't know if anybody joined me for those. We did the Cooking Live episode 3 last night with Marlon. We made shawarma and spiced chicken with tzatziki sauce and cucumber salad. And then a short while after that, we did the podcast episode, Create, Share, Inspire podcast episode 518. And I talked about the differences and similarities between inline crochet hooks and tapered crochet hooks. So if you've been curious about the debate between the two of them, I think you might really enjoy the podcast because I really broke it down pretty deep about the differences and similarities and gave my personal opinion. I've been in the craft industry for 15 years. I've been crocheting for a couple years longer than that. And in my opinion, I feel like they are more similar than they are different. And depending on how you hold your crochet hook could make them almost identical. So if you want to check that out, you can watch last night's episode. We did that from my studio, but we did a lot of in-depth comparison between the two. So if you've been curious about that, I would highly recommend taking a look at it. Any other questions so far? Hi, Pamela. Barbara's working on her sporty Luna Shrug, and that is a shorter one. It is smaller. You could definitely make it longer by adding strips. The sporty Luna is literally just 3 strips of crochet. So if you wanted to make it longer, like one of the ones that I'm wearing right now, you would just add maybe 3 or 4 more strips to it, because then it would just be a longer rectangle. And you could also make the rectangle wider by making your strips longer. It's very adjustable. The shrug that I'm wearing right now is from Layers Crochet. It's called the Jillian. And I want to show you a couple of things about this morning. This one's crocheted. I also brought the Desna Shrug, which is the similar shape and construction, but in layers knit. So here's some up-close pictures of the Jillian Shrug. And this particular sample I made in number 4 worsted weight yarn, specifically Be So Tender yarn. I'll show you how that looks. Now, I also wanted to tell you, and I haven't released this yet, but I will be releasing it soon, and you'll have to forgive me for the loose ends. I just haven't gotten around to writing this one up yet, but this is an example of substituting a different yarn for the same pattern. This is that same shrug, but made in Be So Fine yarn. How beautiful is this? I think that I would like to add some sort of closure on it. I'm on the fence about it because I really just like the way it looks if it stays off the front as well. But this is the exact same shrug. If you want me to try the other one on again so we can really compare them, this is the, sorry, my head's caught up. This is the Jillian Shrug from Layers Crochet, but in Be So Fine yarn. And I will be writing up the modifications in a blog post and telling you how much yarn you'll need and what I changed. Basically, I changed absolutely nothing except the yarn. So I had to adjust for the gauge by making it wider. I don't think I made it wider. I don't know. I'll be sharing that soon. But I wanted to show you, look at how similar yet different that looks. It gives you a totally different look. Now I'll try both of them on back to back again, since when you first saw this one, you weren't looking for the types of things to look at to compare them side by side. So we'll try them both on again now that you know you're going to be comparing them. There is no right or wrong version. They're both great, but it's great to see that one pattern can make you several different looking projects. And honestly, going into different colors even. Okay, so now we'll try this one back on again. And you'll definitely be able to pick up now some of the similarities and differences just by seeing them back to back with the keen eye of looking for a comparison. Oh, I know what I did differently. I changed the edging on this one, and that's what I'll be explaining in the modifications as well. But super cute, right? I like the lighter version as well. And then since we're talking about the shrug and it is the same construction technique, I wanted to show the knit version of it. Oh, and for somebody that was asking about a much smaller shrug, whoever asked earlier that they didn't like the size of the Sporty Luna shrug, you'll want to take a look at those dimensions and compare it to the dimensions of these larger rectangles. If you wanted to make that shrug this size, you would need to adjust the size of your strips and the quantity of your strips in order to get this size of a shrug. So here's the knit version. This is the, hold on, I'll look it up here. This is the Desna Shrug. Knit pattern. And this one is from Layers Knit. You can also get any of these patterns, just like any patterns in any of my books. If you don't want the whole book, you can also download the individual patterns. So here is that same construction style, but in a knit rectangle that is folded and transformed into a shrug. I love the stitch pattern on this one. Isn't that beautiful? This one is also done in a number 4 worsted weight yarn, but just like with the Jillian, you could easily make this in a thinner yarn and make a lacier look too. It would absolutely work out the same way as the other one. You would need to make sure that your gauge was similar, or whatever differences there were, adjust accordingly. But again, we'll talk about that in a blog post about substituting. But if you have questions about it right now, we can dive into it further now too. There's never, I don't think you can ever talk about gauge and substitution enough, because it seems like it's something that people like to do a lot. So if anybody has any questions, please feel welcome to ask them. And if I can answer them with just talking right now, I'd be happy to. This might be a good subject for the chalkboard. Do I have instructions for the transition from rectangle to shrug? Yes, that's part of the pattern. So any of these patterns would explain how to turn the rectangle into the shrug. Absolutely. That's part of the instructions for making the piece. So it'd be part of the pattern for sure. And all of them. Good question though. You didn't see how to join the Sporty Luna? Cherie likes to do yarn substitution. Yes, lots of people do. Whether you're just changing the color and or the fiber content or the weight of the yarn, there's so many different ways to substitute different yarns, and they all come with their own pluses and minuses. They all come with their own challenges, because even if you're just changing the color of the yarn, you can change the look, right? So Barbara, it just gave strip instructions. Well, the strip instructions, how you join them is how you join, it says to sew the little bit of the sleeve here. It's a very simple construction. At the end, it tells you to sew a tiny bit of the exterior strips and join them together to make the sleeve. It's just a rectangle that's cinched on both sides with a little bit to, and that little seam is what makes the sleeve. It's so simple that you probably missed it, but it is there. If you have more questions, you are more than welcome to ask. Yes, it is a very easy pattern, and there are also videos on that one. I believe on the free pattern page there's a link to the video. Otherwise, you could search for the video here on my YouTube channel, because I did do video tutorial for that pattern as well. It's chilly out here this morning and windy. Cherie made 5 strips for hers. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, you could make this sized shrug, the Jillian or the Desna, by just following those dimensions and creating the strips to match. So these both are made in 1 or 2 pieces of fabric that are joined together to create the large rectangle. But with the Bruges lace strips in the Sporty Luna, you're making strips, but you could just make the strips as long as you want for this particular rectangle, and then make as many strips as you needed for this particular rectangle. And then the joining to create the sleeves is exactly the same way on all of these pieces. We're seaming a little bit of the rectangle to make sleeves. They couldn't be easier to make rectangle shrugs. It's a rectangle that's folded in half, a little bit of a seam for a sleeve, and then you can choose to put cuffs or a collar on it. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but either way, it couldn't be an easier construction. Anybody have any other questions? Thanks, Kimberly. Can you hear that noise? The kitties are playing on their kitty condo. Lisa, have I had a chance to post new beads yet? Yes, the 6mm fire polish beads are listed, and the cap button check glass button beads are listed, the ones you use in the Ava beaded bracelet. Will my book include? Couldn't read the rest of that. What's my next big project plan? Well, I'm working on launching 52 crochet books, 52 crochet gifts, my 18th book right now. That's a pretty big deal. Oh, good. I think some people understand the construction concept of the rectangle to shrug. Great. That's wonderful. Another concept that would be great for our chalkboard or board. What are we calling it? It's not a blackboard. What is it called? You know, the big white board in my studio. Whiteboard. There we go. Yeah, not a chalkboard, it's a whiteboard. I worked really long hours yesterday and packed a whole lot in, and my brain is feeling it today. Yes, project board, yes. That too. Kitties are going crazy. I love watching them play. Yes, Zen would be nice, Kimberly. Let's see, what is today? Thursday? It's possible I could get to the beach to do a Zen video tonight. No, today's Wednesday. It's possible I could get to the beach tonight. We'll see. We'll see what I'm doing around 5:30. Yeah, today's Wednesday. I have a hard time remembering the days of the week because I work 7 days a week. Because every day is a work day, it's hard to remember which day is what. Yes, the cold front has started to come down here. Yes, Kimberly, I actually need some time to recharge and not work. You are absolutely right. Not sure when that's going to happen at the moment, but possibly. So the next side project that I've picked up, and this might come as a surprise to you, I have been researching boudoir photography to take some photos for friends who want to make Christmas presents for their husbands. Isn't that kind of interesting? So with my new iPhone 11 Pro, I really love Teresa, my website is kristinomdahl.com, and all the links are in the video description below. So when I was searching for some photography tips on using the new cameras in my iPhone 11 Pro, I discovered this photographer on YouTube. You know I love YouTube tutorials. I'm certainly one of those people that can walks the walk and talks the talk, or whatever, you know what I mean? So not only do I love making YouTube tutorial videos because I think it's the most absolutely amazing platform for teaching, but it's also where I go to look and to learn new things too. So as I was looking for tips and tricks for using the cameras on my new phone, I discovered this photographer who specializes in boudoir photography. And as I was watching his videos, his channel's amazing, and I just love his style. I love his teaching style. I love the way he breaks everything down. It occurred to me that my friends who are happily in love might really like this as Christmas presents for their spouses. So I called both of my friends, or called one of my friends, and I said, hey, what do you think about this? Would you like to do that? And she jumped on it. I was like, wow, okay. So our first boudoir photography session is going to be this Saturday. And I've been taking some photos of lighting throughout my house to try to figure out different places. So for anybody that doesn't know what boudoir photography is, it's not X-rated at all. It is a suggested sexiness. So it's a sexier photo, but it's not naked and it's not overtly sexy, but it is sensual, and it's usually all focused on really amazing lighting, and it's like showing unusual curves of the body, or showing great lighting, or showing some things in focus and other things out of focus. So it's very artistic. And so my gift to my friend is doing the photos, and then her gift to her husband is giving him the photos in a book and in prints. So the pressure's on. It is going to be lovely, Joe. I'm pretty excited, and what a challenge. But I've been doing some research. So as I ship and wind yarn and do orders like that, I'm always multitasking and watching other things to learn. So whether I'm learning how to improve my website, improve my video editing style, or my YouTube channel, or my Instagram, I'm always trying to learn and multitask while doing other tasks. So while I'm winding yarn, I'm usually watching tutorial videos or inspirational stuff. And so for the past few weeks, I've been watching videos on boudoir photography as well, mixing that in to my learning sessions. And anyway, I don't know why I started on this tangent, but anyway, someone said I was going to have some downtime. So I'm not going to have downtime this weekend for sure, because any extra time that I had is going to do this now. But the photographer that I'm following is Michael Sasser, Sasser. And he does most of his photography with professional cameras, but I found him through the first video that I saw of his, where he was reviewing his iPhone 11 Pro, and comparing his photos with the phone to his photos with his professional camera. And as a professional photographer, he still prefers his professional camera, but he was showing that he was really impressed by the quality of photos he could take with the phone. So I will be trying to do my photography session with just the phone, which, as you know, I do all of my photography from my phone. All the photography in both layers knit and layers crochet. All of these were shot on my iPhone, and all the photos from 52 Crochet Gifts will also be done on my iPhone as well. It's amazing how far cameras have come. Thanks, Lucy. What happened to my thumb? I cut it last night, so I cut my finger and my thumb yesterday. And I've got a couple of oven burns. It's been a mess. I think I've just been working a little too hard and not focusing on the task at hand enough. You know, it happens. It happens. We all make those mistakes of forgetting to focus on the task at hand. So I was chopping garlic with a new grater last night, and I wasn't looking down when I got to the end of the garlic. I was looking up and got my finger. It happens. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining from Jacksonville. Oh, Barbara, it's okay. Everybody cuts himself. It's no big deal. It's no big deal at all. If I made you laugh, that's great. Laughter's the best medicine, right? Ooh, I was going to ask you guys a question this morning. Oh, I don't know. Did you see I made a new logo for Create, Share, Inspire podcast yesterday. Has anybody seen it yet? So I drew 3 balls of yarn, then I drew a phone and put it over the yarn so that you could see that it's recording the yarn, because it's a live video podcast about things related to yarn. What did you think about that? Oh, Kimberly, I wish I could schedule in a weekly massage for myself. That would be great. Joe likes the new logo. Cherie likes the new logo. Wonderful. Lucy likes it. Judy likes it. Wonderful. Lisa likes it. Thank you. Well, I popped it into my Redbubble shop so I can make t-shirts and bags. And if you are interested in t-shirts or bags or any other kind of swag with the new logo, I will pop a link to that direct page on Redbubble. Otherwise, there is a link in the video description to my Redbubble channel should you want to get a tote bag or anything with the new logo on it. I know I'm super excited. They have some new bags there now. There is a cotton tote bag there that's kind of like the old canvas tote bags that I used to sell here. I'm sold out of all the bags now, I think, from our last version. I know I've designed new bags every now and then, and when they sell out, I usually don't replace them. I design a new bag. Oh, which reminds me, we've got a new bag coming soon. Next week, I will be launching a new bag that looks totally different than any tote bag we've done before. Yeah, Kimberly, Redbubble's a cool website. It's a place for artists to upload their artwork, and then customers can view that artwork on all different kinds of swag, from hoodies, t-shirts, clothing, home decor, duvet covers, shower curtains, bath rugs, clocks, phone cases, laptop sleeves. What am I missing? Some fun stuff. Oh, and all kinds of bags, coffee mugs, all sorts of things. So it's a place, let's see, what have I've done a few pieces with this particular artwork that is gorgeous, this purple gold sunset. I've shown this one. I bought this one in the chiffon scarf. I bought this one in the canvas to hang on the wall. And in fact, when I bought the new Create, Share, Inspire logo t-shirts and tote bags, I bought a laptop sleeve in this print to use for my laptop when I take it out of the house. Yeah, Lisa bought the canvas too. You have this same photo on canvas, right? It's so pretty. I've also bought it as a throw blanket. The throw blanket is adorable. Oh, I could go grab it and show you. One second, just inside the door. I found somebody enjoying the blanket when I went to grab it. We've got Becker here this morning. Becker, you want to say hi? You probably want to run down now, don't you? You want to stay or you want to run? When you go down, I'm going to show everybody the blanket. I can't believe you're staying. You want down, right? Yeah, there you go. He's not the cuddle bug on camera like Bjorn is. But I bought the largest size of blanket in that print. It's a plush blanket. Isn't that beautiful? Then I can barely hold it up, it's that big. But this is the largest size, and the blanket came in 3 sizes. And I'll show it to you up close too. You can see how beautiful the photo translated to the fabric. It's amazing. Look at that. I did it on bags and coffee mugs too. In fact, I gave some away as prizes a while back too. Remember that? I forget who won those prizes. Yeah, the colors are so vivid. They're so pretty. Hi, Dina. Good morning. Yeah, so you can find that in my Redbubble shop too. And there is a link to my Redbubble shop below, but I can also make a specific link for either of these artworks if you find that necessary. Yes, I upload the artwork and then I choose the products that they put it on, and I get a small percentage of the sale if anybody orders their products with my artwork on it. Yep, I get a small commission for, I mean, they get the bulk of the money, obviously. They're doing all the work. It's just, I get a small commission for my artwork being on the products. Yep, that's correct. I love it. I love their products. I've been buying their leggings and their chiffon scarves over the years. I've been buying their blankets, their coffee mugs, their travel mugs. I like their products a lot. Does anybody have any other questions? Lisa buys the stuff and likes it too. Wonderful. All right, let's see. What books do I have here today? I have 6, 5, 4, 7. Okay, I have 4, 5, 6, and 7. Can I show the doily again? Sure. I'll be sharing photos of all of these this morning. I just, the only thing that I released last night was the patterns to people that have ordered the pre-order of 52 crochet gifts. Anybody else will have to wait a little bit longer until I release the rest of it today. Thank you, Lucy. It is so pretty. It's easy to make. Even the edging, as bold and graphic as that gorgeous scallop edge looks, it's not as difficult as you may think. It's pretty easy to make. I think someone said 7, so we'll grab a quote out of here. This is a good one. Bjorn's cuddling on the blanket now too. This is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. For every minute you remain angry, you give up 60 seconds of peace of mind. Isn't that great? 1 minute is 60 seconds. Get it? Yeah, every minute that you hold on to anger, you've lost a minute that you could have spent with peace. I love that. It's such a great perspective because, you know, when it's all said and done, what did being angry give you? It didn't give you negotiation skills. It didn't give you a truce. It didn't give you peace of mind. It didn't solve anything. And it's so easy to get caught up in the moment of anger and say, but when it's all said and done, it means nothing. So I love this, and what a great perspective that every minute lost, every minute chosen to do one thing means a minute lost of something better. So thank you, Ralph Waldo Emerson. For every minute you remain angry, you give up 60 seconds of peace of mind. Yes, what a great thought for a morning. What a great thought for any day. I love that. Yes, I don't know. It's pretty profound. It's kind of getting to me right now. But that means that it's a good one for me today, and hopefully it's a good one for you today as well, and it'll give you something to think about and something to aspire to having more minutes of peace of mind today than minutes of anger. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed the show and tell, the comparison, the news, the updates, all that stuff. Hope you enjoyed chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Oh yes, if you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button in the corner. And if you want to be notified every time I go live, click that bell button as well. If you like my content, please consider giving a thumbs up, like to the video. And if you have any questions, live or recorded, please always feel welcome to leave me a comment. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.